Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. We welcome you to another session of Orlando Ascended, the Mage venue. This late afternoon, I would say it's about 5 p.m., Damien is in the Misfit Chantry, also just known as the Misfit House, and he's actually cleaning up. He's just finished with the dishes and is actually sweeping uh, a little bit of dirt out into the backyard. Not thinking too much, just, your classic maintenance, until he hears a knock on the door.
Oh no, there is no knock. He will hear the front door of the house slam really, really hard. Like someone's really pissed.
Oh, hello?
You can hear Clea's voice from inside the house, uh, expelling a torrent of expletives and words that would, make some people uncomfortable under normal circumstances. So you may go investigate what the fuck is going on.
Damien calmly takes the remaining dirt, puts it in a small duster and pan, throws it out into the yard, neatly puts it on the side, straightens his clothes, and just calmly walks over to Clea in the other room. Hey there, champ. What the hell's going on?
Well, you will see that there are burns on her clothing, there are burn marks on her skin, the tips of her hair are a bit burned. It's like she was in a fucking explosion and she's trying hard to light a cigarette, but she's so shaky and the lighter is just not very cooperative. And she won't say anything. She's just trying to light the cigarette because she's not doing very well.
Damien stops for a moment, gives her a positively analyzing look, up and down. Yeah, there isn't a centimeter of that body that he isn't having a good look at. And then he just goes over and, here, let me help you with that. Takes the lighter, has the flame, and holds it there so that Clea can take a good drag.
Thanks for that. Ugh.
Closes the lighter, gives it to her. Oh my, looks as if you were involved in, well, an explosion. Are you okay? You look a bit singed.
Well, I I don't know how to put this in a way that you would understand. I miscalculated the uh computing power of my computer. Does that make sense to you?
Let me guess. There was probably too much strain going on to the mainframe, and probably also your computer might have been having trouble with the sheer amount of data or energy, I would guess, that was going through. That would be my guess. I mean, I'm no computer expert, but I did put it that way. I had a few mates while studying who were computer technicians.
Yeah, well, first experiment.
You
Total
overloaded it, basically.
fucking failure, man.
Sorry to hear that, but hey, you know what they say about science?
If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
That's more Nietzsche and philosophy, but sure.
Mm.
Uh, Science is composed of errors. By working through the errors, we come closer to the truth, and also working, functioning things. Hey, would you mind if I give you a quick heal up? That I just mean that could start festering after a while.
Yeah, go ahead. Will this fix my hair?
I will try. I can't give any promises on the cosmetic part.
Hey, my hair are not cosmetic. They're part of my head.
Well, thankfully, hair is dead material, so it's relatively easy to replace. Anyway, and he produces the piece of amber, wraps it around his hand, and he just starts muttering. Um, he's just muttering something in a language you don't know, as Clea can slowly feel as he basically hovers over the places that were charred as they heal and clean up and disappear. And at the very end, he concentrates quite hard on her head, and she can feel a slight tingle on her scalp as a whole air, basically all her hair starts growing out a little bit, and until a length that Damien thinks, okay, that should more or less replace it. The tips are still charred though, and then he ends and just makes a silent sign and puts it away. You should be as good as new. Your tips will still be singed, but I think now it has grown out far enough that you can, snip, snip.
Ugh, fuck my life. I need to make an appointment. Ugh. Yeah. Well, better than losing it, I suppose.
By the
Oh,
way, Clea feels pretty good right now. He just
ugh.
might have also activated some endorphins.
Mm. Thanks for that, dude. Like, oh, that feels great.
Well, life magic, the life sphere, it's a hell of a drug. And he just puts his piece of amber away and smiles.
Well, I just started exploring that, so I guess we will see what marvelous little monsters I can create with it, I suppose.
Mm, well,
Don't mean literal monsters, I mean, like, the
no, no.
figurative monsters, mostly.
Okay. Well, just remember, if you create sentient life, you are responsible for it.
Define sentient life.
Okay, well, technically, even if you create not fully sentient life, on the level of a puppy, you
Ooh.
are still responsible for it.
Could I make like a super duper smart AI? You actually see her eyes are shining at the thought.
If you want an artificial intelligence that has a working mind, you would need the mind sphere for that. If you want to just create cells that allow that mind to inhabit it, basically using biological hardware, I guess so.
When you say mind sphere, you see her shining even more. Like, oh,
However, um, careful with artificial intelligences. If if it acquires a soul, it could start turning against you if you're not treating it, you know, to the
uh,
level that it deserves.
what? You think I'm gonna be disrespectful to our electronic overlords?
I
No, sir.
Electronic overlords, I swear, if you say tech spirit, you'll just make my day.
Nah, I'm just
Oh, you
messing with
didn't
you.
get oh, you didn't get the reference. What a shame.
Reference of what?
Ah, oh, uh, a tabletop game that plays in the dark recesses of the future, where the only thing there is war. He says
Well,
in hopes of her recognizing the Warhammer 40k reference.
that's not really fair now, is it? How would I know the future things, you know? You're from the future, I'm from the now.
It's yeah, it's okay if you don't recognize that reference. It's okay. I guess in the year 2000 it is pretty niche still. Huh. It's from a game, not that
Oh.
important.
But anyway, I will need to speak to some dude from my uh uh
Your
thing.
mysteries remain as mysterious as ever.
What do you mean?
You have to speak with a dude at somewhere that gives me like zero info.
No, I mean from my thingy, one of, well, I don't know which one, but one of the dudes must know how to, give me some direction of how to do that holodeck thingy. Could be the flying dude. Wait, was it flying? I think so. Hmm. Well, I don't know. I'm confused because, like, it's something like my babysitter said, but I don't know if he was being like, what's the word? Like,
Sarcastic or
no, 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 not sarcastic. That's the other word I'm looking for. No, not literal. The other thing.
uh, okay, so there is literal and there is figurative
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
or metaphorical if you want.
Yes, that.
Hmm. So, were you trying to figure out how to make a more volatile explosive compound, or I
Oh,
mean, you
I
don't
was
have to tell me if you don't
trying
want
to
to.
come up with a code that would be implemented into uh, another kind of I, I don't know how to describe it, like a vessel or some sort that would make the holodeck,
Hmm.
possible.
If it is any help, I have memories that we had computing classes at school, and I also had to learn just some basics about it during my uni time because well, I personally didn't write any programming itself, but I was at least informed on, you know, some of the basic terms. So feel free to throw some technical terms my way. Who knows? Maybe I just might recognize some stuff.
Well, man, what I know is that what I tried to do didn't work because my computer exploded, and it wasn't a bad one. It was pretty expensive, actually. I will probably have to take on some work to replace that shit because I'm gonna need something a lot better. Actually, I'm gonna need to make something custom, probably with many different parts, and it's gonna take space and shit. Ugh.
Did you use a computer from out in the store or one from the Etherites? You know, their hypertech.
Oh no, I used the one that I made, but it wasn't uh good enough because yeah, I'm gonna need to, that's why I'm gonna need to go and see the dudes so I can get some hypertech knowledge from them because yeah.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they are using specific materials that aren't that easily acquirable, or maybe you have to figure out. For all I know, they might not even be using classic stuff like copper wiring, silver, or stuff like that. They might have like some super refined shit that they use for superconductors, maybe.
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. And when I do, nobody's safe. I mean, in a figurative sense.
Well, I better hope so. If not, we'll be having the traditions glued to our asses, and that won't be fun.
Yeah, I really don't want that to happen. I just want to have my holodeck and I want to be there and play. And who knows, maybe I can get friends in there. You know, fake friends. Not like you guys.
Hey, boy, that's actually a bit. No, I have to say something here, Clear. That's actually a bit hurtful. That's not funny. That's actually,
Why? I just called you a real friend. How is that hurtful?
yeah. I mean, I can get it if you want to have some NPCs for some holodeck games. Frankly, if you manage to pull that off, there are a few scenarios I would like
We're gonna
to
have so
play
much
through with
fun with
you.
it, dude. Like we can go on adventures and fly spaceships and shit. And
Hey, and you know what? If you can show me at least some of the, frankly, if you're doing it, could we sort of do it like in Next Generation, where you can give verbal commands to the computer, and then you just give specifications and it calibrates shit?
right on, yeah.
Because then I could put it that way. Sometimes when you have a memory, it's just like really, really hard to put it in words because what you come across is just so fucking alien. But
You've seen aliens too? Wait, are there aliens here in the future?
if you mean like the Greys, I am not aware of that. But then again, I'm pretty sure we are not the only intelligent life form out there in the universe.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But then again, currently I'm so busy with micro matters that I haven't really been able to do much research into the macro.
Micro matters. Now that calls for a dick joke, but I'm gonna skip it.
Uh, I mean, if you get really on my nerves, I can always change and smother you in my breasts
That's
until you stop.
that's oh my god, that's no, that's
Oh, now I have made you feel uncomfortable.
look,
Ah,
I have no issue being smothered by breasts, generally speaking, but you're my bro, so yeah, that's no, no.
it's okay. It's okay. That's enough payback for today. Uh, okay.
You
I'll.
got me really nasty. I didn't know. Man.
I am full of surprises.
Yeah. What the hell? I thought that I was the weird one.
Who knows? Maybe you are rubbing off on me.
Okay, now you're pulling my chain, dude. Like for real. But anyway, where the fuck has Jesse been again? Have you seen him?
No. I would assume that he's with his, beloved.
Do you have to be so like old fashioned and
With his
beloved?
girlfriend.
Well, I guess that sounds more appropriate, more age appropriate, I'd say. By the way, speaking of, how is your beloved?
Oh, my girlfriend, Pam. She seems to be doing great.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Ah, we're having a grand old time with each other. I'm really getting, yeah, I'm feeling there is a proper connection building up there. Something meaningful.
connection. Like Wi Fi, but good.
It's better than Wi-Fi. It's better than 4G. Whoops. Uh, quad bike. Sorry.
For fuck's sake. You can't do this to me, man. You know I'm curious about this shit. Not to mention, if you give me some clues, maybe we can make these 4Gs and whatever you're talking about happen faster.
Well, here is the problem. If I give you a description of what it actually is, and you go on the commercial market with that, it could have knock-on effects that would come back to bite me in the ass.
Why do I care about the commercial market? I'm just caring about making stuff, you know? That's what I do. I
If
tinker.
it is just for our use, hmm,
Yeah, you're
and
speaking
and
my
and he
language.
starts scratching his beard. Hmm, that would be something else. And of course, what we're doing there is not doing something that is impossible because the sheer ability of of Wi-Fi. Does Wi-Fi already exist?
Yeah, it does, but
It's probably just quite primitive at this point.
yeah, quite so. I want to improve it, but I don't know where to start with all this shit. I have so many things on my mind, like, honestly. How is the internet, by the way? Back in your days?
Re Put it that way. It I have memories of it being like really fast. I'm talking about some seriously fast and good internet in comparison to the whole dial-up thing.
Hmm.
Oh, and no more screechy noises. Yes, I remember being very pleased about that.
Whew. Maybe we should just, like, fast forward to the future so we can skip all this shit.
Bluetooth technology is still around. Yeah, I'm. I think it is at least.
Bluetooth? Isn't that. Huh. Actually, wait, I need to. Yeah. Bluetooth. Yeah, it's. That's recent tech. Like, it's still pretty, you know, not very.
Uh,
But I know because
blue. Yeah,
I have Bluetooth on my uh, ear thingy that I use
yeah.
for
It
myself.
basically functions similar to Wi-Fi, but for shorter ranges.
Well, yeah, but I have modified it so it can do some other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I should not
So,
mention.
so you remember how Wi-Fi, at least currently, you have to be in a reasonable distance to a Wi-Fi box.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that 4G allowed me to get Wi-Fi directly from the satellites themselves. Or was it from Wi-Fi towers? Well, at least it wasn't from boxes anymore. You could get it
Oh,
from quite a distance away.
yeah, that makes sense. Towers.
Yeah, yeah,
Why haven't they done that yet?
exactly, because that could be a signal booster. And anyone who hasn't got it, or or in that case, if you were
I mean,
to do
yeah,
that, you would have to put encryption on it though, so that other people couldn't that easily just, link themselves in for free.
why
Unless you
not?
wanted that. I mean, unless you want every Tom, Dick, and Harry being able to link themselves into your
No,
Wi-Fi.
wait. Because what I'm hearing here is that, okay, if there are towers, then they're using radio signals,
Yes,
right?
they are still using basically this. It's
So,
like the same technology they use for radios, just modified. At least that's how my
so why
yeah, yeah,
are
yeah, I
they
remember. That's what my science teacher said. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so why aren't they a thing yet? Is that because if it's for money, I'm gonna be so much pissed. Like for real.
Um, do you want the polite answer or the honest answer?
The honest one, always.
Okay, let me give you another question. Nikola Tesla, you
Mm-hmm.
probably know about this, although for most people this guy is still pretty niche around 2000. Anyway, it is supposed to say that he was planning to be able to transport electricity a great distance with very little loss of energy and basically offer people free electricity.
Yes.
You know why that idea wasn't taken up by the powers that be? Because of money. Because they couldn't.
Yes, I know. By
And
the
it is
way,
basically,
speaking of,
it will become a thing, but free Wi Fi. Okay, so this is the weird thing. I have memories of coffee shops offering free Wi Fi and it being pretty decent. I also, for some reason, have memories of places offering free Wi-Fi, but you had to first go buy a coffee and then you got a code to link yourself in. It's sort of a similar thing with how do you call it? The phone. We call them abonnements. Services exactly. Once they figured out how they could get money out of it. That was the moment that it was available. Like even when you were in, okay, maybe not a Canadian forest, but like a
this is
German forest.
bullshit.
But you would have to have it as part of your payment plan.
Oh, this is
Capitalism for you.
bullshit. This is so much bullshit. But by the way, what you want to bet? The Tesla was one of us.
Frankly, the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Wilhelm Grimm turned out to be a correspondence and time mage who mucked about in stories.
Isn't that cat's human?
And suddenly Damien gets a very interesting look on his face. Oh, really?
I think that's what his name was.
Wilhelm Grimm.
Graham something, I think.
Okay. Interesting. Definitely one of the people I met in my past. We
Oh,
It actually he was the one who introduced me to the delights of schnapps.
what exactly do you find delightful about snaps? I'll never understand.
Well, when it's good schnapps, it's the same thing like a good whiskey, or a good brandy, or a good rum. If
Mm,
you get the cheap and bad stuff, well, then you might as well just drink some. I don't know,
no,
Austrian
I'd
vodka.
rather pay money for actual booze and not the, the
Are you
lightweight one.
calling the hard
Yeah,
liquor I
I'm
drink not
calling you
real
lightweight.
alcohol?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm calling you a lightweight right in your face. What you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna drink you under the fucking table. That's what I'm gonna.
Good luck, mate. Good luck.
Oh, you underestimate my power.
Oh, no, 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 no. No tricks, mister. No tricks.
Oh, I don't need tricks to drink you under the
Oh, I
table.
believe you do, my dude.
Oh, so you're calling me a common cheat, are you?
Well, if you're gonna use your magics, in order to
I
be able
need
to
no life magics to beat you at a drinking game.
Okay then. Oh, poor guy. Like really, you're so overconfident. You're gonna lose so hard. It's gonna be painful. Like you're gonna be uh gathering your ego from the floor, dude.
Oh, clear. I don't know. In some ways, you really understand me. In other ways, I've got the feeling you haven't got the foggiest idea who I am.
Oh, I think you underestimate me way too much, dude. Like seriously. That
Yeah,
bitch is resilient. Like I can drink fucking gasoline and I'll be fine.
the smile slowly fades from his face. Say that again. And he activates Tia's Truth wrote. Say that again? You're able to drink what?
Ah, nah, I don't know. I've never tried gasoline, but you know what I mean.
Is that the truth?
I don't know. You know? I'm not gonna tell you all my secrets.
Well, in that case, don't expect me to tell you all of mine.
I never did. But
There
the
we
fact that
go.
I can drink you under the table is no secret, dude. This is like a fact. I just have an affinity for alcohol. What can I say?
Well, other people will call it alcoholism, but fine.
No, I'm not an alcoholic, okay? And by the way, says the dude who was microdosing on fucking LSDs and shit.
Oh, I'm sorry that it actually helped me with my fucking PTSD.
Yeah, but it wasn't prescribed, so you don't know if it was actually doing
And
anything or maybe it was just
and
placebo.
and can I ask, what the hell is up with all the man bashing?
The what bashing?
Man bashing.
Man bashing?
Yes.
Whom did I bash?
Well, me.
When?
I mean, why do you often make it so as if my sex had something to do with that? You know, there is more to me than just my biological body here.
I did no such thing.
Well, yeah, guess what? I'm actually a rounded personality, not just a
Oh,
fucking stereotype.
when did I ever treat you like a stereotype, dude? Now you're being unfucking fair.
And by the way, why the hell? I just get a feeling that you like often want to prove that you're better than me. Although the whole joke is we are all individuals with our strengths and weaknesses. I'm just wondering where that's coming from.
Uh, that's normal shit talking. That's what people do.
Mm, well, different places, different folks, different times, I guess. Well, then
Wait,
again, it is sort of nice.
wait. Because we keep doing that competition thing every time we're gonna do something. Are you taking that shit seriously, dude?
Mm, I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't.
Oh my. Ah. What the hell? For real?
Who knows? Who knows? One thing I have to say, it is nice not having to walk on fucking eggshells in this time period.
I don't get it. Anyway. So. Should I get the rum or are you checking out?
Oh, Oh, are we? I see. We're doing the Marty McFly approach.
So what now?
Oh, fuck. Seriously, so. Of course, of course. I constantly forget that you've got a bit. Certain references just won't stick with you because you don't have memories of them.
Oh
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah, because
What
you're
you can
missing
say
like a chunk of the.
again,
c-
some
Uh,
game or
c-
some cartoon or some movie. I mean, I have more, serious things to occupy my synapses with.
well, so do I actually. I mean, I've been teaching
Hey.
Jesse how to fight.
Oh, how's that going?
Uh, Put it that way, now he knows how to stick him with a pointy end. That's already an improvement. And I've also been able to show him
Wait,
just the nine,
with what
the eight
pointy were you
basic
sticking them
forms.
before?
Well, he asked me to create a gladius for him, a Roman short sword, and I smithed one for him. I'd like to say that I did a pretty good job on it as well.
Ooh, show me, show me, show me. Can I test it?
As long as you don't trash it, to be fair, why
Oh,
the hell should you do that in the first place? So that was a bit of an
no.
unnecessary comment on my part.
Actually, it's not. Cause I meant to stress test it. What do I know
Well,
about swords, dude?
I can
I
tell
know
you
how to
that it
shoot at
is
them.
it is not magical. It is made from a decent high carbon steel. He gives you uh, he gives you the Rockwell hardness. That he also put in an iron core so that it can absorb the shock better. He
Ooh,
just gives you the technical details. It is
ooh, that's
very obvious
nice.
that Damien knows his metals and that he knows what the hell he's talking about. And I even took the liberty of adding a higher carbon content by actually filing the stuff down and then mixing it, with some phosphorus, heavy organic material, as is actually described in one of the old tales about Wayland the Smith. And yeah,
Yeah, I don't care about that. But yeah, good job, dude. Like usually you do this bronze stuff and shit, but I guess you moved into the Iron Age. I'm proud of you.
not only iron, this is high quality steel. Some of it is probably comparable to spring steel. But yes, if you want to have a look at it, yes, I'd rather you not do stress testing on it because, frankly, your arm could probably bend it completely out of shape.
Okay, then I will look at it with my laser eyeball.
Uh, well, you're a matter mage, so for all I know, you could just put your fingers there and sense the whole properties of it. I mean, I can do
Yeah, I'm
that.
just messing with you. I'm trying to scare you with laser. Ooh, but maybe I could do that. Would that be useful to have like a laser beam shooting out of my eyeball? What do you think?
Um, I think that would just make Paradox go like, "Ooh, I want to jump on her back."
But it's already on my back. I don't want any more of that shit. Uh,
I would say first fine tune the technology before you do that. I mean, don't forget if that thing overloads,
I
you
mean,
could blast like a quarter of your skull away,
I
and
mean, laser is basic optics, right? Like, mm. Well, we'll see.
I'm just saying, if I know you want to go the whole transhumanist route, and you do you if that's your way to ascension. I'm just saying, be careful because May the hardware be biological or cybertronic.
Careful, dude. Have you seen me exploding anything lately?
Bollocks. He coughs.
For real, though. But yeah, I could probably just see the.
So the answer is right in front of me. No. However, you did a few moments a while back just confess to me that your computer flew around your ears. So pardon me if my memory. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go and get the sword, and then
I
you
can
can have a look
scan
at
it.
it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. And he goes up. You hear some rummaging around, and then he comes back down with this beauty in his hands. So, high carbon steel, iron core, sharpened. It isn't quite a mirror finish, but yes, and the grip, as you can see, is my classic ivory with some white ebony mixed in.
Yeah, you will see her pulling her eyes a bit backwards and a light beam shooting like in an arc out of her. Which one is it? The left or the right? The right eyeball, I think.
Hmm.
Well, one of them. And ooh, yeah,
Clear
that's
will get the
good.
information worth. She will be able to analyze and see that Damien got 4 of 5 successes on the crafting. So even stuff like the microstructure is very nice and very stable. It only has very few impurities. Nothing that should
Ooh.
be problematic in a fight for a long, long while. Plus, whatever metal he used on the sides is able to keep an edge longer.
Well, I have to say, that's a very good job, dude.
Ah, thank you. I mean, I'm not as good as others, but
Stop with the modesty shit. Take some credit.
thank
You
you.
earned it. This is good shit material, you know?
Oh well, I remembered being in a workshop where they talked about the specific composition of these kinds of swords, and luckily there was also a good joke attached. Yeah, the professor had had a tendency of punctuating it with funny stories so that it would be easier to remember. Anyway, yeah. What do you think of the edge retention?
It looks good. It's gonna stay sharp for a bit, I expect.
Very good. Uh, yeah. And what do you think of the grip? Mind you, I made it for Jesse's hand, so it might be either comparable or a little small for you.
I mean, I guess it's good for a gladius. I don't like
Yeah,
the style.
yeah.
I'll be honest.
But what do you
Kind
think
of
of the
weird.
slight ergonometry that I actually worked into the grip?
Well,
It's some
well,
pretty
let me
nice
see.
ergonometry.
She'll try and grab it with her left hand, the non-cybernetic one.
Yep.
I guess it could work for a lefty. So I guess it's good. I don't
Hmm.
know. Is it like designed for Jesse's arm? Hand?
Yes. Yes, I took some measurements. I wanted that the biomechanic that the sword would figuratively be an extension of his arm. So I also worked it in weight and ways that would probably work best for him. I also tried to keep the center point closer to the hilt than actually to the tip, since I realized that he has got some slight difficulties with tip heavy weapons.
He does?
Oh, I just happened to notice while I was watching him training.
Oh.
Well, we tested out different kinds of weapons, and then it turned out he would like something in the style of a gladius. So here we are.
Hmm. I find it a weird choice.
Well, I have learned that there are normally good reasons for weird choices.
Now, if you say so. I just think that the Gladius is ugly.
It's not my favorite design of sword either, but then again, of all people, for him to come and ask for him to craft something like this, he to put it that way, I don't think there are that many, at least currently, that many archaeologists around who would also be in the proper crafting and selling business.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. As for the bronze, which you enjoy to dismissively look down, it's because it has got specific properties that I need for certain that make things easier when I do my magic.
Ooh, I see how it is.
Uh-huh. Please enlighten me.
So you're doing bronze magics.
Well, the at least the basis of the magic and the quote unquote tradition that I'm doing uh, comes from Bronze Age civilizations and technologies. So I just found, well, it's funny, even the old Vikings said that bronze had magical properties. So it has been
Well,
working for me. It has been working really well for me. I just find that the magic flows more easily through it.
I mean, I don't think I'm the right person for this.
Well, what I'm calling magic is nothing else than the manipulation of certain forces that, for whatever reason, I have become aware of. I would like to point out that when I create a rote, I'm still using the scientific method, and I am only happy when I'm able to at least 3 times after another, under the same circumstances, are able to get the same effect.
Ah, good.
I'm merely using an older programming language of reality than other people are. And let's not forget, you can influence a computer via software or via hardware, or also by using certain communication methods like Wi Fi. I just want to say, I am aware that there are many ways of warping reality, and I have just discovered a somewhat outdated method.
Well, at least you realize that your method is outdated.
Doesn't
That's
necessarily mean that it isn't effective.
oh, I didn't say it's not, but at least you're more open-minded than some other people.
Well, let's just say that my method is also slowly evolving. But to be fair, it was an evolution process, especially in the beginning. Oh, all the trials and errors I had to go through until I got a practice together that was halfway usable.
Hmm. Yeah, let's not talk about past mistakes, because then I will have to divulge mine, and yeah. Eh. Hmm.
Mm,
To be fair, I didn't
uh,
have anyone to show me shit, so I guess explosions are to be expected.
well, put it that way, and please don't take this the wrong way. In a long line of mad scientists, that's a good thing.
Huh. Why would
Put
I
it
take it
that
the
way.
wrong way? I'm actually flattered.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. So that's that. I mean, at some point, I might be interested to have a look at your nano gel, if you would allow that. because I'm still interested in the idea that I might be able to replicate a similar effect just using, let's say, more biological machines.
I mean, technically, you could do that using some other kind of viscous and tacky fluids.
Well, I could create a certain plasma in which I could have bacteria, for example. Heck, if I want to, you
Yeah,
won't
that's
believe it,
totally
but
what I meant.
mm, mind you, I haven't heard anything from Dahlia, so we shall see if anything ever comes of that.
Yeah, I haven't seen her either. I mean, to be fair, I haven't been out much. I mean, I
Uh,
have been out, but not out out. Yeah, you know what I mean.
yeah, I have to say it is nice when you find a place which is just your own and you can go and chill. You know, when you need some alone time.
Oh yeah, like I have my, my secret laboratory.
Yeah, good thing I'm not calling you Dexter. I think even you should get that one.
Who's Dexter?
Okay, Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Mm,
Oh, okay, that okay. We definitely have to get you some Cartoon Network. I don't give a damn if you're an adult or not. That's just some good comedy right there.
Dexter's laboratory. It does sound vaguely familiar.
It is being written and produced by Gendy Tartakovsky. I know, maybe not a big name yet, but you'll see.
Is it a name I should know? Is it like a uh
Well, in your case, there are a lot of names you probably should know, but you don't, so I won't give you grief
oh
about that.
well yeah, well I'm not a name person.
I know you're more a numbers person.
Yeah, I mean numbers are infinitely more interesting than names. I'll tell you that much. Like for real, you know what you can do with numbers?
You,
Math. That's what you can do with numbers. And math is fucking everything, dude.
well, yeah, just look at the pyramids of Giza. When you start taking the measurements and start seeing the correlations, there is a whole code set in there just in the amount of stones they put, the height they used, everything. I mean, there's even the Fibonacci sequence that goes through it.
Yes.
Talking about that, I have memories, and I've actually even managed to find a book that I thought I didn't know had come out already, by one Graham Hancock, where he actually talks about his suspicion that there is actually a lot of lost knowledge out there, but that mainstream archaeology is just not bothering to look at it. I mean, you want to hear one of my theories where there might be a pretty powerful and ancient site that probably was inhabited by mages, that might still be the ruins at least might still be around, maybe even
Yes.
some long forgotten knowledge, and Damien's eyes are really almost glowing at that
Oh, so
point.
you want to go find this place and loot it? Yeah, I'm in.
More than just loot it. I want to get as much information out of it. Maybe there are like some really ancient spells or roads, or maybe the odd wonder that just, yeah.
Okay, so where is that place?
Okay, so Have you ever heard of the Eye of the Sahara?
Totally not, dude.
Okay, fair enough. Um, and at which point he goes like, "Have we got a world map?"
There's that sphere globey thingy up in the office.
Oh
Remember?
yes, the Palantir. Um, I would know how to use it though. I don't have any
No, man, I mean
correspondence magic.
the globe thingy. I
Oh,
think it's a
oh, the
mini bar,
globus, the globus.
but I
Yes,
think it,
yes.
but I think it's a mini bar, but it looks like a globe anyway.
Um, okay. In that case, let's go to the globus.
Well, yeah. So get up.
Yeah. So they will walk up in yeah into the sanctum area,
Oh,
and
check this out. It is actually a mini bar. Let's see what's inside here. Oh, 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 oh.
oh, you mean like in the game Black Mirror? Oh, that's cool.
Check this out. Oh, that's pretty lame and tame. Damn, he doesn't have so many shit in here. At least there's rum. I'm taking this, by the way.
Oi, share.
Ah,
Well, either that or I'll be hearing you complaining the whole time that I'm drinking mead.
well, fine. And she'll close the globe again and go find glasses because there are some shit around here, you know?
Jeepers. I mean, it can't be that difficult to, and he will hold up his never-ending mead bottle. It can't be that impossible to make something uh,
Seriously,
like
dude?
this.
Seriously? You're gonna show that shit to me after what you did to get it? After what you put me through?
After what you put yourself through.
Oh, no, 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 no.
You know what? I'm really fed up of people
No,
not
no,
wanting to take.
no.
I
No,
already pointed out I was reckless, but I also agreed
you
to
would
the
have
whole
been
thing.
dead. You would have been dead.
How the
If
fuck do you
not,
know that?
because you were a rat. You would have frozen to death if not for my fur.
Not necessarily.
Right. All I know is that I saved your asses, and that's that. Oh no, let me actually put it the
Ugh.
correct way. I saved
And
your stupid asses. There. I'm done. Now, where is the place?
he just unbottles the mead, takes one of the glasses and just fills it in, knocks it back, fills another glass up, knocks it back, looks left to right,
And you dare to call me an alcoholic.
and he fills a third one up. Now I can deal with this shit.
Yeah, Clea will just open
Uh,
the rum bottle and just drink directly from the bottle. Because it's on.
Jesus Christ, no, seriously, for fuck's sake. Why is it so hard for you just wanting, just at least pretending to behave like a grown up, at least for one fucking minute?
I didn't put a nipple on it, so don't call me a baby.
Eh?
You're not talking about the bottle?
No.
Uh, okay, you lost me. What'd I do?
Okay, okay, so you didn't even check that I was talking about your behavior. It's
Behavior,
okay.
what did I do? I'm perfectly adulting right now. Like, show you the globe. And of course, I'll have another drink from the bottle of rum.
He'll snatch the rum bottle and take a deep swig.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, hey!
okay.
You have your own shit. Don't take mine.
He pushes the mead bottle in her direction and
I'm not.
gives
I'm not the meat
gives the other
backer.
one back.
I'm a rum person. Mead is mead. It's a refreshment. It's not a drink.
It is a fucking drink. It is stronger than most wines. And as far as we know, it's the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world. So show a little bit of respect for it.
What else? Are you gonna show me
Shit
the
like
place?
this, and he points to the meat bottle. Drinking stuff like that in communal things, that it made people bond. It it gave people good memories with each other, and it also sometimes took a little bit of the fucking pain of reality off. So
Okay,
I'm sorry that distilling first came along in the Middle Ages.
I think you're taking your drinking a bit too seriously, buddy.
Well, there's also some cultural association with that, and you're just sort of shitting on my heritage as well. This shit has been included in songs. This isn't some strawberry fucking
Have
milkshake.
haven't you heard like pirate shanties and things like that? That's what they're called, right? I think.
Oh, shanties. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about them?
They're about rum.
I mean, I like rum too, but this isn't water.
I didn't say it's water. I said it's a
Well, you were treating it as if it were.
I like water. But, well, I'm not a dehydrated bitch. I don't know where you're going with this.
I sometimes don't even really know why the hell we even bother arguing with each other.
I don't know, man. I'm not arguing. You're arguing. I'm just saying. No, where's the place? I need some
Anyway,
lunch.
yeah, and yes, yes. So I deal with magic and stuff and thing from the past. Well, tough luck. I had to work with what I had, and I'm just fed up. And he's slowly Clear can see a little bit of red around his rather pale cheeks. Um, he might not be drunk, but he's definitely tipsy, heavily tipsy at this point. I'm just sort of fed up of people shitting on stuff that I figured out on my fucking own. I didn't have anyone to hold my fucking hand and thing, as if I was some idiot who didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah,
Hell,
Clea
I
is shaking her head, like he's nodding her head and keep drinking from the bottle. I'm like, I guess we determine who's the strongest when it comes to drinking.
ha, and and he takes another rum, and yeah, redder in the face. But anyway, yeah. I never thought I'd say this, but yeah, I'm actually I'm fancying a good adventure. But I'm fancying something where we can find lost treasure, lost knowledge, maybe
Oh
even
yes.
uncover something that I could come back and just sort of thumb my nose a little bit at those people who think that they have it all, and then present like, here,
Or
how
better
about
yet,
some Atlantean secrets for you?
or better yet, don't tell them anything and keep the knowledge to yourself and leave them wondering, and you will know secretly and you'll be like laughing behind their backs, you know, all sinister like. Cause I mean, why tell them anyway? If they don't believe, they don't believe. It's their deal. I mean, if we find the shit, you know, we find the shit, But you're not showing me.
Okay, so he points at a place in Morocco, which must be at least like 100 kilometers inland from the coast. And he says right about there is what is a geological structure, or at least they think it is, called the Eye of the Sahara. It is made up of several, at least from what I remember and have read, it is made up of several concentric circles of hills that go up and then like down again and flat and then repeatedly. I don't take it you have ever read the legend, the myth of Atlantis by Plato, like in the original Greek.
Uh, mm,
I mean, as far as you know, as far as you can remember.
as far as I know, I mean, I've heard the Atlantean thingy, but wait, no, no, wasn't that like somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic or something?
Now, here is the thing. The original story, well, when Plato told the story, he said that he got that information from his ancestor Solon, a great lawgiver back in Athens. And Solon said that he got the information. Well, we know when Solon lived, we also know when Solon died. But Solon was on a diplomatic trip down in Egypt, and he came across one of the temples, and there on one of the temples was written the tale about Atlantis, about a civilization that from Solon's time was like 9,000 years ago, which if we calculate it in our calendar is about between 12,000 and 12,500 years ago. So we are talking about the time when the last ice age ended.
Ooh.
And the Egyptians said, we have this knowledge. It has been passed down from our ancestors who had come from far in the west, which since Egypt, as most of us know, and he points at the Nile, is in northeastern Africa, that must have been somewhere in the western part of North Africa. Now, the story tells that it was an island, quote unquote, that was surrounded by several concentric rings of water. Now, at that time, sea levels were on a different level. Where the Eye of the Sahara was actually way closer to the coast. If you think about it geologically, it could well be that it actually had a link. Think of an island that is surrounded by two peninsulas, which almost encircle it, and there are even descriptions of the mountains, which also fit very nicely to where the Eye of the Sahara is and the western part of the Atlas Mountains. And basically, what this Graham Hancock said is that it could well be that it had a relatively like shallow sea surrounding it in that area, and that it had several land banks and different places where the cities were. And also in the story, it tells that the ancestors of the Egyptians were out in the green fields to the west, which at the end of the last ice age, the Sahara was actually green. So there were a lot of hunter-gatherers and maybe even some livestock herders, but most likely hunter-gatherers around.
We need a better map.
Yes. But there is also a tale that the Atlanteans at some point stopped wearing their prosperity with modesty, and that the gods, and he puts that in quotation marks, drowned Atlantis beneath the waves. Now, I have memories that of looking at aerial photographs of it, and when you look high enough, the reason why everything is relatively flat in that area is because there was probably a tsunami of some sort that came from the west, and basically, and we're talking about a really big tsunami, and it basically like flattened most of the area and just scoured the rock. I remember seeing that there were even signs of bedrock being laid out there, and so that would explain why there wouldn't be any classic ruins, at least on like the surface level. But the interesting thing is, why did I bring up the last ice age? There are a lot of the flood myths and a lot of the destruction of like tales of like the destruction of the first human civilizations that often put it roughly in that time frame happens at the end of the Younger Dryas. That is basically the time where the ice sheets rapidly melted. There was catastrophic climate change, and that's also the time when the mammoths and the woolly rhinos and basically most of the megafauna dies off relatively quickly, and only small populations survived in like Siberia.
You know, I have an idea.
And that is a place that was also one of the reasons why I've been looking into matter magic, because I would like to see if there are ruins underneath the sands, if there might still be. Because if it was an advanced civilization the way it's described in the old texts, I wouldn't be surprised if they also had maybe tunnel systems or other things like that. Who knows what is laying down there just waiting to be discovered?
Okay, I do have an idea. So, we need to. We'll make the holodeck. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna make the map. And we're gonna make the map. No,
Let
no,
me
no.
guess.
We're
We
gonna
we
take.
feed we feed
No, no,
it
no.
data. No.
We'll connect to a satellite, and we're gonna take a scanning of the area that's there, and we're gonna import it inside the holodeck, and we're gonna see what we
Oh,
can find. And if
oh,
we find
like the
something,
virtual reality
then we're gonna
models
go there.
we used to use.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, ooh, that can totally work. Ooh, I
Yeah.
shit.
One thing we have to be careful though is we don't know if the technocracy has control over all the satellites.
I mean, we can find out, or we can make our own satellite. Okay, that's maybe too much work, though.
Yeah, or if we wish to hijack it, I would say that we would definitely have to have a constantly rotating IP address, because the last thing I want is the fucking technocrats zeroing down on us and dragging us away to their, I don't know, gulags or reprogramming centers. I mean, I've only heard horror stories, but I don't
Reprogramming
fancy getting
centers?
brainwashed.
Damn. What the fuck is up with these people?
They are also, well, they are technocrats. Uh, you know, so how should I say? They are, well, they are totalitarians. They only want that anyone who is a mage, or even the people who are not mages, only believe in their paradigm. They only want to enforce their narrow view of the world on everything.
What is their view anyway? I don't even know.
As far as I know, first of all, they don't acknowledge that what they do is magic or reality warping, if you will. but that it is enlightened science. And that everyone else who says that they're using magic is just deluding themselves.
Okay, with the first point, I don't disagree. The second point, I'm like, you do you. I mean, there are things that obviously cannot really be explained. You can't really explain everything by science so far. I mean, I can't, but you know, I know I
Well,
can explain the
and
things I do. I can't explain the things you do because you're not using any, sciencey stuff, but you can still do stuff. So,
well,
hmm,
I would dare say that that I'm still able to do very provable effects, even if you can't rationalize how I do it. The same way I I know that you are able to do the things that you're able to do, but I don't know how you do it, or I don't comprehend how you do it. I know that you are bending reality and using certain iterations of the prime in the different spheres, but I wouldn't quite know the nitty gritty. And to be fair, is it even that necessary? Yeah,
no, I
you
mean,
know,
it works. That's what
I
matters.
mean, yeah, I mean, ever since I was able to get Inoki, and that was very useful because I was building up on a basic concept of that, but it just gave me like an updated programming language. I mean, well, I guess there are some roads where I still use Indo-European for crying out loud. The
Okay.
base language from which all European, Caucasian languages developed.
Oh,
English, French, Italian, all of it. American.
yeah. I know that American is English. I'm not stupid.
I know you're not stupid, far from it. If anything, I probably have the feeling that you just jump to certain conclusions because you're missing certain information. I mean, it isn't that different with me. It just probably does it in a slightly different way.
Ah,
And
not
how the, for all I know, you might be having microchips in your brain. I don't know.
I would know, wouldn't I?
Um,
I mean,
I
there
would
are there,
hope
there are
so.
there are chips in my ocular implant, but that's about it. It's pretty limited. I am planning on upgrading as soon as I can.
Mm, well, if it is anything for you, as long as you don't want to slice me up, I am happy to lay down at some point and give you a good analysis of, you know, my animatronic heart.
Well, yeah, but if it's made by the bad guys, uh, I
Well,
don't know. I mean, I'm sure I can figure it out.
I just thought that you can have a look at it just to get an idea on the more mechanical parts of it. Maybe not necessarily dealing with all the software issues.
I mean, yeah, I can definitely scan it and see what's going on in there. If you don't have a problem with that.
If anything, it would probably give me a better idea. For example, at the end of the animatronic art, there were small tentacles, is the wrong word, but there were more like those. Of course, you don't know Spider-Man.
I know Spider Man. I am Spider Man.
Okay, so you remember Dr. Octavius's arms, his artificial graspy
Yeah.
arm thingies.
Hmm.
It basically had like small versions of those that I think linked up to the aorta and the major
Yeah,
arteries.
that makes sense.
But it also looked as if, I don't know, I always had the feeling that it could probably, I would be interested to see if it also if any of the animatronic part is slowly creeping like further down the stuff to see if it is trying to integrate itself more with my nervous system, or if the unit
Oh,
has remained where it is. I haven't felt anything, but that doesn't have to mean
you
anything.
wouldn't need to feel it, I don't think, but
I
this
mean, if
is
it were smart and
concerning.
it were, I just want to know if it is also tapping into my spinal cord, for example.
This is really concerning, dude.
Uh, yes, there's just been so much going on. I didn't want to concern you guys further.
No, 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 no. This is something that we have to look at, like, urgently. Like, how long have you had this thing in you?
If I, well, let's see, if it was like already I guess it would be a little shorter than 1.5 years now.
Oh, that's a long time, too.
Yeah, and I've heard at least twice an electronic voice that talked with me. I know once that it was the heart.
Okay. This is getting really concerning because if you're hearing a voice, the voice you hear in your head. So,
I've only heard it twice, and the second time I wasn't even sure if it was it or if it was a paradox being messing with me.
well, we will have to figure that shit out, dude.
Well, yeah, at some point, definitely. Um,
I think you should put it as a priority, actually. Like, for real, it's. If it's. What if it takes over you?
I actually brought up that point once when I was talking about my concern with your cybernetic stuff,
Well, yeah, but.
because isn't that sort of what happened to you in the recent past?
Well, I would
I
tell
mean,
you
I'm
if
not
I
here.
knew, but I.
Clear, please keep in mind, I'm not trying to put you down or trying to make you feel bad. I'm just trying to address reality as you are addressing the reality I have to face.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
And I agree. Yes, I probably should get this looked at, probably sooner than later. It has been a worry for me in the back of my mind. I've
but
just been pushing it back for a while.
but here's the thing. I've been doing diagnostics on my implants regularly. I haven't found anything that would cause real concern. Okay, I might have heard a voice once, but that's about it. It didn't really do anything though.
Well, nor did the voice. I think at least I heard twice, but it doesn't mean that in the future it couldn't become a problem. And yeah, good point. You can do your diagnostics, although I've got the feeling even they haven't are like not 100%. Then again, there's probably nothing in this world that is 100%.
I mean, yeah, there's always a margin of error. I,
Yeah.
I could try to do a diagnostic to your heart. Uh,
Um, just an idea. How would you plan to go about it? Just, I mean, let's face it, this heart is from like 20 years in the future.
I would have to scan it first and see if there is a way to connect it with some.
Ah, okay, so first it would be a purely external matter based analysis.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good,
And if I
good.
find a way, I mean, I guess I could consult someone. Maybe there is a way to do it without really uh, prodding or
Yes, please. I've been prodded by you often enough. And he smiles.
I only poked you with a stick once.
And then another time with a gun.
Well,
It's
that's
fine. It's
this
fine.
is
I'm taking it
Florida,
with
okay?
humor. I'm taking it with humor. You did an excellent job. You did an excellent job. You reacted very very okay at that thing, and I learned my lesson. Always assume that Clea could have misread something and be on her way back,
That's what you took from it?
amongst other things.
How about not keep secrets from your homies?
Oh, and you
Mm,
just told me to the face that you don't want to tell me all your secrets, and
not
yet you
all
are
of them, but
asking
that
me.
was a big one. That was pretty big, dude.
Yeah, they are not small.
Are you
Okay,
talking about the
enough with the
tips?
tip jokes. Enough with the tip jokes. Yeah.
Ah, you're the worst.
Oh, I learned from the best.
Mm.
Ah, but I have to thank you, even if it was a bit of a crude crash course. I've definitely grown a bit more comfortable in my skin.
Well, that's good to know. Uh oh,
And
speaking of,
uh-huh.
yeah, I
Damien seems
forgot.
to have caught himself again. He doesn't even seem that terribly tipsy anymore.
I did make some purchases for you.
Oh, ah, yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's a box in the garage. You can go get it, and we shall never speak of it again.
Well, I'd rather because first of all, it's nobody's business what's in that box. And yeah, that's something I'd like to bring up. I like my private sphere. Probably because in the future there is like more surveillance than there is now, and it really annoys me. And and
Uh,
and the
we're being
internet
surveyed?
exploding. Hmm?
Are we being surveyed?
Well, not right now, but I just want to say, of course. Have you read or seen read the book or seen the film 1984?
I mean, yeah, I read the book 'cause it's supposed to be something futurely, but that
Well, it
sucked.
yeah,
Wait, is that what's happening in your time?
not all of it, but surveillance. Fucking hell, especially places like Great Britain and Ireland. CCTV cameras every fucking where in the public areas. And
Why?
then if you and then also a lot of CC cameras in like office buildings or outside schools, parking lots,
Why?
like almost fucking everywhere.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough. I mean,
Yeah.
how are we supposed to do our shit if we're being watched all the time? That's
Oh, oh,
inconvenient.
you're a good citizen. You have nothing to hide. Let us just invade your private sphere everywhere.
Oh,
And
I thought that was
you
a
want
separate
to
thing.
actually could I have some more of that rum? I'm feeling the effects wearing off.
Sure.
And
Oh, I don't like that.
how do I say it without giving you like major plot points away and then getting shit from Wrinkle? He takes the rum and drinks it more slowly.
Well, I mean, maybe you tell me and then we hit the reset button or something.
if it were that easy. Um,
I mean, technically it is.
well, the excuse they some of the excuses I can remember was it was to supposedly reduce crime, which is bullshit. People will still do crime. The only thing is that there might be a little bit more footage just passively watching as the person is getting mugged, stabbed, or whatever. So, yeah, I don't quite buy that. Supposedly for more safety. And then let's just say at some point in the future, there is a big terrorism scare. And yeah, don't be surprised if some of your rights as an American start flying the fuck away. Not all of them, but still enough that it is worrying.
But we're supposed to be the land of the free and whatnot, you know? That's what
Yeah,
people say.
well, authoritarians, people who are interested in power, people who want big government, and the people who have certain interests in conquering certain areas for certain resources. They don't give a shit. They just take whatever excuse they can so that they can expand their power because they are sad little people who just want to worship the fucking dollar.
Now you're talking, you're speaking my language.
I am somebody who's always believed that individuals should have the right to fucking decide for themselves, and that when they are grown-ups that they're also bloody well treated as grown-ups. Yes, and you have the fucking right to bear arms, and I don't understand why there are so many retards who think that it's a good idea to not have weapons, and thus not being able to keep their bloody governments accountable to the shit they do. De-arming the populace is always, when that has happened, it's always when fucking dictators take over.
I
That's
mean, I don't
always when
expect
the shit
anyone.
really hits the fan.
I don't expect anyone coming knocking at my door for my guns. I mean, if they do, they can try. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, they
but
won't leave
yeah,
the story.
But yes, in some ways, technologically, we make strides. But then again, also that technology is just used to distract people. The whole bread and
But
circuses
no, if
bullshit.
you're saying that Wi-Fi only picks up when it becomes profitable, then no, technology isn't going anywhere. It's just going wherever it's profitable. That's still how it
Exactly.
should work. I mean, science
I,
needs to
I have
progress, man.
memories of how should I say, sort of a bit of a visionary guy. I won't give the name because I just really don't want to risk it at this point. But there's this one guy who managed to make a lot of cash on the honest way, and then he was talking about financing like first people to go and try colonize Mars. Do something, get our species forward, moving forward, and not just trying to be stuck in the same mediocrity. Frankly, that's what the whole technocracy is in my eyes. Yes, they speak a great game of we are going to create this brilliant future, but the present that they have formed is just mediocre. And I think we as a species can do the fuck better.
Oh yeah, we can do better. I can do better. I know I can do better. We can all do. I think.
That's what
And
I'm
I need to
also
make a
trying to
holodeck.
do. Yeah, exactly. I mean
Okay.
that stuff out of Star Trek. I mean, fuck, if you pull that off, kudos, I have to say.
But yeah, we need to find a way to either reach that satellite or make sure that
Or
it's not owned
hijack
by
it.
the.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if we hijack it, there's a risk that they might find us.
yeah.
Unless. Hmm, 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 hmm.
Now something. Funnily enough, I oh oh yeah, of course. In the 90s, I know that Nintendo had a satellite system that they used for broadcasting games, like all around the world for certain times and stuff.
Hmm.
Maybe there's at least one private company out there that if we manage to get enough money, to the resources, the money together, or maybe know the right people, maybe on a very
Maybe
legal
hack
way,
into the system.
or we hack into
Legal?
their system. We just would have to check that it is not technocracy
Yeah.
tainted, so to speak.
Oh, we have to talk to that dude from the shooting range. He knew the companies. Maybe he knows them, but we don't need to tell him everything.
Uh, uh, yeah, as a matter of course, as mages, I myself, I just normally say that which is necessary, because there is something like called oversharing.
Yeah, I don't think we should talk to many people about this because if you're
The
right,
less people know, the easier it is to keep things secret.
yeah, and if you're right, we're gonna get all the glory for it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's actually an idea. See if we can't find a company that would allow us to use their services. We would need, probably then, if we're able to get access to it, we just probably have to reprogram whatever the wavelengths are, so that we can do maybe different kinds of scanning, uh, and then see what information we can get out. I know that in my time already, we archaeologists were occasionally were using specific kinds of satellite radar to basically look like a few meters under the earth without having to dig it up and destroy it.
Yes, I bet we can do that.
So much for me not using science. Of course I do. I just might not
No, I'll be
know
the one
the
using science. You'll be like, looking for the thing, and then we can go see the thing, right?
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, come to think of it, if we then go there and are on the ground, I probably will actually have to build some of the equipment that I normally used in the field, because, yeah, some of the equipment wasn't invented until, like, way later. But hey, at least I'm a pretty good crafter, and I actually do know uh, how an electric resistance reader actually works. Yeah. And of course, with my matter site and stuff, I could probably, plus if I link it up with my mind, I might be able to visualize also it in my mind,
Well, that's why we'll have the
sort of
holodeck.
like a ground.
So
Yes,
we can have like a holographic representation of the area.
yeah,
Ooh, this is gonna be awesome, dude.
yeah.
I need to
Okay.
start working on that hypertext shit.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. What would you recommend? How should we go about this whole, analyzing my heart thing?
Uh,
You are the more tech savvy person than I am.
well, I'm going
I
to go to the dude to ask for the hypertech.
mm-hmm.
I could ask him for you if you want,
Uh-huh. Mm.
because he's a more knowledgeable on that department. I'm still learning on the biotech and shit like that, but he's making talismans from what I remember, so he
Mm.
would know. But I think I
Yeah.
can do a basic scan.
Yeah, I think if you just do a basic scan on the physical level, there I don't see a reason it should be problematic.
Yeah, but I have to tell you, if we need to do a diagnostic, there's a good chance that we'll have to take a wire somewhere. I mean, that's why there's wire coming out of my ocular implant when I want to do it. Okay, I don't think you have seen this happening, but you might freak out a little bit, but it's fine.
Feel free. I've seen quite a lot of weird shit.
Anyway, I'm gonna
But
go write some things down.
but yeah, so that's a project I'm sort of working for.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Like, okay, now not only will we have like a holodeck to play in, but we'll actually find treasures and shit. That's fucking awesome. And she starts mumbling and walking down the stairs with a bottle of rum in tow, 'cause, yeah, as she will go make calculations in the garage like,
Yeah,
like a crazy person.
Damien will follow her into the garage and just sort of go, which box?
There uh that cabinet thingy.
Gotcha. And he'll grab it, have a quick peek in it, close it again, and in that case, go up to his room and start trying to make a list of maps and stuff that he has to get. And at that point, I dare say, unless there is anything else that a player would like to say,
No, I think we're at a good spot.
we are going to leave our two mages in their respective rooms, going after some more research, plans coming together, and what might be in the box. Ah, well, we might or might not find out. Anyway, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another session for Orlando Ascended. See you next time.